You're all locked in now.
Your home for the best sports radio in Utah is right here on the KSL Sports Zone. It's time to kick off your afternoon drive with Jake Scott and Ben Anderson.
Allow me to introduce the best of the best.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson, thank you for making us a part of your Thursday. However, you may be absorbing the show. I do love it that every time I wear my Guns N' Roses shirt, that Christian
recognizes it.
He does, and he comes in with a little GNR, and I think it lifts all of us. I thought of Great American Band, Guns N' Roses.
Ooh, Great American Band. Huh.
Because I also wore my America hat.
You did. Is that new this year, or is this one you've had?
It's new.
I almost just bought a hat with an American flag on it. Not a flag with a hat on it. That wouldn't make any sense. I almost, literally 40 minutes ago.
Now, my get-up on Saturday is going to also include a red, white, and blue tie-dye shirt, but I thought it was a little too much for the show.
It's never too much for the show. It's a radio show. Most people still absorb us via audio.
But can I tell you, I don't want to wear it twice because I just thought I could go on Amazon and pick out any old thing, and it really is the worst shirt I've ever bought.
Yeah,
I don't know what material it's made out of, but it certainly is
somehow
not
worse than polyester.
It certainly is not cotton. So it does accomplish the message I want to send on R250, but I don't think it's a shirt I'm really in a hurry to wear twice. So I went with the Great American Band, Guns N' Roses. I also considered going with Johnny Cash, and I don't know why, but ultimately Guns N' Roses won out.
I'm here for it.
Oh, okay.
Should have drafted Axl Rose yesterday.
I also have a...
Great Americans, yeah.
How did Axl not get drafted? I also regretted, by the way, not drafting Frank Beamer.
Who was the youngest person we drafted? Who's the most contemporary person we drafted?
Oh, was it
MLK?
I'd have to review. Probably.
I haven't posted it yet. I'm going to post it today. I'm sorry. I have neglected my DMs for a minute. I think it was MLK.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah. Well,
I drafted a lot
get with it, everybody.
Very old people.
Yeah.
It's harder. When you say great Americans, it sounds so arrogant to pick somebody from your own.
Sure.
From your own era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That feels disrespectful to the past almost.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm getting
Absolutely.
at? Right. If you drafted, I don't know, your favorite politician.
Sure.
Instead of
right.
A great politician from yesteryear. It's kind of an insult to the great politician of yesteryear. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If you're
you take Dennis Kucinich.
If you're picking Jerry Ford before Abe Lincoln, it's kind of a slap in the face to Abe Lincoln, no?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah.
I think, don't they say Jerry Ford best athlete / president?
I think so. He played in Michigan?
Played football in Michigan. Isn't that right? And then he stumbled once, and Saturday Night Live did a bit about him stumbling everywhere, and everybody thought he was a klutz. It's like, no, he's a D1 football player.
He's an absolute freak athlete. Yeah.
Goes to show you never know what's going to stick. To go back to our Howard Dean thing.
Yeah.
You
got to be careful.
You scream like a weirdo once, and next thing you know, nobody takes you seriously.
You're the
screen guy. I mean, it is a concept that proves itself over and over again. We talked about the guy who got beat up on the golf course by the NHL player. Picked a fight with absolutely the wrong person and ended up on video.
Hey! Come on, man.
And now that guy can't show his face in public anymore without being like, hey, I know that face, except for it was a lot more swollen and puffy. Oh, yeah, you're the guy who got beat up by the NHL player.
Abigail Velez.
Oh, yeah. Well, she dodged a bullet yesterday.
She did.
Yeah,
The
she
Beaks
did.
fell, unfortunately for the Beaks. But shout out Team USA advancing out of the round of 32. It's great. But, yeah, she avoided being the Hex.
Yeah, she did. She slept better last night after that result because she really fired up Bosnia and Herzegovina.
I still think she's going to get let go. And then next time you Google her, you'll be like, oh, you're the only turkey I care about is the one on Thanksgiving lady. and the I don't know where Bosnia is on a map lady.
No, she needs to go back to what I assume was her beat before, and that is features. I'm sure she's just fine when it comes to features. I'm sure she can edit a fine package, but give the sports assignment to someone else.
I think that's totally fair.
Doesn't that seem reasonable?
Absolutely.
Send her back to, I don't know if she was doing hard news, but I'm sure she was doing features on something.
Tuesday, my hot take is kind of related because I thought I might get myself canceled like Abigail Velez, who's the ABC News reporter, if you don't know.
For L.A.
For Los Angeles. Uh-huh. And my hot take Tuesday was, are we sure the United States of America is a good name for a country? What I do want to say is, having watched this, and you and I had the same experience. In fact, we talked about it yesterday with Belarus. We did it earlier with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, or Saudi Arabia Kingdom. I don't even remember what the initials are. Uh-huh. Unquestionably, USA are the greatest initials of any country on the planet. Those are so strong.
You know what you're looking at.
You know what you're looking at. It's totally unique. The letters weirdly flow well together.
It's good in a chant.
It's great in a chant. Yeah. It really, some words just really fit. Some initials really fit. Some things really make sense.
It fits song quite well.
Yeah. Like JFK.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
You don't have to JFK. Really strong initials. A+ initials. USA. It just flows right into the next letter. And I've never really appreciated, just from an English major standpoint, how nicely written that sounds.
Speaking of the 250, and I'm sure this was on purpose, but having the World Cup in the country over July 4th and the 250 is part of the celebration, and the fact that the team is still playing.
Yeah, they're good.
And, we're all going to have a great weekend, and then to cap it off on Monday, right?
Is that when they play?
I believe so. Okay. They play on Monday in Seattle.
Okay.
And so to cap it off with that, I don't know if you could ask for much more. That's pretty sweet. We're all going to be swimming in the red, white, and blue all weekend. That's pretty great.
Yep. Love it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about it. You guys were teasing me about it yesterday, but I've been strangely excited about the 250.
No, I'm into it with you. I'm right there with you.
Pretty awesome. Anyway, what do we have going on right now? Spain and Austria?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. What's AUT? They changed the language, they changed the initials, they changed everything on us, and they expect us to keep up. Yeah, Austria. Spain up 1-0 in the 49th minute. So.
Not to sound like Abigail Velez, I could have not told you that was Austria's flag.
Yeah, flags are tough. Some are more recognizable than others. Like Japan. Absolutely Japan.
Absolutely.
No mistaking it.
Yeah. USA, good flag. Strong flag.
Strong
Nothing
flag.
else looks like that.
I like the Union Jack. I think the Union Jack's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Got you.
Missed it, I know. I've gone all week.
Canada has a strong flag?
Yeah. Yeah. I like the Sweden, Norway, Finland.
Except for those get confusing.
They get confused.
Yeah.
Good colors. But, yeah, they get confused easily.
And they have similar patterns for similar reasons, and I'm sure there's a whole story behind it, but I do get confused.
Yeah.
But, yeah, strong flag.
Really, yeah. And you know what? British flag and Australia flag, the Australia flag featuring the British flag, confusing.
Confusing. A little confusing.
I understand the origin. They took all the bad people in Great Britain. They sent them to Australia. I get it. So they made them keep the flag, too.
Should you, and the answer to this is absolutely yes, but should you be married to the flag of yesteryear? Because, way yesteryear. Because I bring this up, I was about to clown on France for just having the three simple colors, right? Mm-hmm. But the French flag was probably created hundreds of years ago when things were more simple. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you
that's
this.
probably been around a long time. Russia's flag's just three hard bar colors. Lame. Anyway.
Do we think, going back, and I know there's an actual meaning, at least they claim there's a meaning to the colors, and I'm not trying to dismiss anyone, of why so many countries used red, white, and blue? Do we think that was a textile process of they were just we have red dyes and we have blue dyes and they're cheap?
Yeah, probably.
This is the colors that are available. We aren't making turquoise.
Probably something that simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially when manufacturing first became a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, because Russia, France, the United States of America, and I know some of those countries are far older than ours, but there's a lot of red, white, and blue. Not saying they don't. They also work well together on like the color spectrum. They work great together. But I have to think some of that's just like, this is what was available. So you go horizontal and we'll go vertical stripes and we'll call it good.
Gotta say, the USSR, strong flag. The hammer and sickle on the red plane that just struck fear in the hearts of everyone.
Yeah, my hottest Cold War take is.
I mean, a strong flag.
Yeah,
you got to give it to him.
It's a pretty
strong
it's a pretty
flag.
good flag.
You knew exactly what would send a chill down your spine, which is exactly what they were aiming for.
You're right, Japan flag.
Yeah, you know right what it is.
It goes. It really goes.
It does go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the good patriotic start to the show. I don't mind it. And I did think the World Cup game was super cool, super fun to watch. Can I tell you this? I don't feel qualified to complain about the red card.
Okay.
I don't know. You look at it in slow motion, it looks like he's trying to stomp his Achilles tendon out of his leg. But
I like that they said it didn't look as good. It looked worse in slow motion. It's like, yes, it did.
But my daughter...
It really looked like he meant to do that.
My daughter is super into asking me questions, right? And she's a little soccer, and she's asking me all these questions while we're watching the game. And she's like, what makes that a red card? And I didn't have a good answer for her. I didn't know, I don't know what differentiates that from a yellow or a red. So I heard Lloyd and his hot take and all those guys that were just outraged over the red card. I don't know how should we be outraged? I don't feel qualified to be outraged. Does that make sense? I don't know. I was disappointed in the answer to my daughter's question, which was, I don't know, honey.
Per AI, gotta love it. Severe offenses like violent conduct, deliberately handling the ball to deny an obvious goal, or committing a dangerous foul as the last offender. I don't know if what we saw yesterday qualifies for that, unless you thought he was actually trying to hurt the player. I did not think he was trying to hurt anyone. I did not exactly understand the challenge he was making for the ball. It looked like he was more challenging the player than the ball, but I thought, great, give him a yellow. They went red. I was surprised. But I'll tell you what I did not feel that everyone else was feeling. I was not panicked over the last 30 minutes of the game. Everyone was saying that they were just on the edge of their seat thinking this was going to be the claps. They're down a man. I totally get it. But I didn't. Maybe I'm just not a big enough soccer guy to recognize it. But no, I didn't feel any pressure. And then they scored the shorthanded goal and fell easy street from there.
I was a little edge of the seat. I don't know. And I'm certainly not a soccer guy. But being down a man, much like hockey, Ben, is a significant disadvantage. I mean, I think that's why everybody was on the edge of their seat,
absolutely.
right? I mean, it's a significant disadvantage. I mean, if even the untrained eye, I could see the adjustments that they made on defense. If you need to put it in a basketball lens, they had to go from a hard man to a soft zone.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's just like hockey.
Yeah,
you're
right.
down a man, and all of a sudden you're playing that little diamond instead of being able to kind of match up with everybody.
Exactly, and you could see the Beaks build momentum. I like that.
Like that?
The momentum graphic that they put up there.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what goes into calculating that, but
Kind of had no idea what that was. I looked at it and I thought, whoa, that looks bad. And then I had to step back. The way I would invite analytics people to step back and say, do you actually know what that means? Because it does look like something, no question.
No,
but I don't know what it actually implied.
It's supposed to, you can understand, or at least I think I can, which maybe I can't. But it's supposed to imply the momentum of the match. It's probably some sort of combination of time of possession to time of possession in a row to,
Location
there's
of the
probably
ball. Yeah, absolutely.
all those
no
things.
question. I get it.
There's something that goes into it. And I find it kind of useful, to be honest. And the maddening part about soccer is you can dominate that stupid metric for the whole game and still lose 1-0.
Absolutely.
It's the randomness, certainly, of the sport. But if you looked after that time, the momentum for the Beaks was just off the chain. It totally changed. And so, I don't know. I get the edge of the seat thing. And honestly, the free kick was something to behold.
All-timer.
Yeah. I pointed my 8-year-old and I said, honey, that's how you kick a soccer ball right there.
Bad angle, bad spot. You're almost too close to be able to just drop it over, because to drop it over at that distance, and again, I'm not a soccer player, but you're not kicking it very hard, right? To get that much drop on it, you can't just go all out for it and beat the goaltender just based off speed alone. Just perfect touch, angle, location. Yeah, A+ stuff.
You can see him, if you're in the replay, you can see him kind of not kick it his hardest. You could see him. But did you see the stuff afterwards about how he just switched cleats before he kicked it?
Didn't.
Oh, dude, you gotta look it up. So the reason he switched cleats is because somebody mashed his foot so badly that it tore his cleat. And there's actually some sound on this. We could probably find it. Because someone's like, wow, was that hard? And he's like, well, there was a tear in he called it a boot. Tear in my boot. So what do you expect? I needed a new one. But you should see the picture of his foot. It's covered in blood.
Okay.
He's got a bloody foot.
It's Malik Tillman, by the way. But
Yeah. That he mashed into a new set of cleats, and then he went out there and banged home that free kick. Do we have it? Oh yeah. Let's play this. Let's play this sound from Tillman.
Penny Taft on Fox Sports said you had to have a cleat change right before that free kick. What was that process like, and how did your foot feel?
Yeah, I mean, I was in pain, but my shoe was cut, so this is why I changed the boot, yeah.
Wait, your shoe was like broken open?
Yeah.
Was it your right foot, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Did somebody step on you? What happened?
Yeah, someone stepped on me. But yeah, it's just pain, I guess. Nothing too bad.
Nothing too bad. They split his foot in two. Look at those pictures of that bloody sock. It puts Kurt Schilling to shame.
You cool with him being born in Germany?
Well, I don't really care. What's the tie? Is this the guy who was randomly born accidentally in New York? Because there's one of those that's on the team.
Born in Germany, Nuremberg.
Oh, is he a U.S. citizen, or can we just sign people now?
He must have some. I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon played for Team USA in 1996.
But he actually
became a citizen.
Became a U.S. citizen before he did that.
I am actually not that crazy about. I'm going to say that wrong. I'm not super strict about that rule. Look, you shouldn't just be able to get Thierry Henry to come play in USA when he's in his prime 15 years ago to build some super team or whatever it is. That's not what I'm saying. But Jordan Clarkson playing for the Philippines, even though it's only his grandmother, no offense to only his grandmother, but Jordan wasn't born in the Philippines, go play for the Philippines. Good for you.
That is, I guess overall I wouldn't be super strict about it. That's the rule in the Olympics, right? And I don't know how many generations that goes out, but Pace Mannion's son played for
Italy.
Played for the Italian team. I certainly wouldn't be strict about that. However, have you looked into how many actual Qataris play on Qatar's team?
0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's gotta be
then there's these Middle Eastern countries that are kind of skirting some of those rules. But honestly, I don't.
Per
I don't
Wikipedia,
care.
Tillman was initially eligible to represent both Germany, his birth nation, and the United States through his father.
Okay.
And this is actually one of the rules that is pretty consistent across federal, international, whatever they call FIFA, FIBA, et cetera, wherever you train or where you do a lot of your under 19 stuff, where you're playing, you end up being eligible there most traditionally. And it does sound like he went through some USA stuff.
Okay.
He was with USA under 15 and then Germany under 15, under 16, under 17.
I think it's cool that he plays for Team USA in the sense that it's not cool to play for Team USA.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of have this arrogance that, everybody want to be on our team. Well, in soccer, that is not true.
No.
So I don't know if this is he picked us over Germany or he could not make the German team. But either way, he delivered with one heck of a free kick yesterday after getting his foot mangled.
In
It's amazing. What a great story.
Tillman applied for a one-time switch to play for the United States national team on May 31st. The switch was approved by FIFA. The next day, he made his senior debut. So, yeah, sounds like he's made this jump.
Awesome.
He's picked a side.
Good to have you.
We'll take him.
Welcome.
We love you. It's kind of how our country started.
No,
Welcome. Come on in.
First time since 2002 that the U.S. has gotten to the round of 16.
Is it? Okay.
I believe so.
Well, they've also expanded the field, so it actually every time you move further now is a better result than any time previously because you've had to win more games or get past more teams.
So pretty cool.
Hey, everyone's got the fever.
I'm going to watch it on Monday.
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
into soccer, but I'm going to be dialed in.
Came home and turned it on.
Honestly, this is the best result for U.S. soccer. I was commenting to my lovely wife who used to work for an ad agency, and we were talking about how many RSL ads are running during the coverage of the World Cup, and we started talking good for them. That's super smart. Lean into this whole thing, ride this momentum. That's how Major League Soccer was created in the first place, was riding the momentum off of World Cup success and trying to build the sport in this country. And so to have it back and have the U.S. do well and have it, I mean, I don't know if you've seen the ratings, Ben, but it's been a bonanza.
Yep.
It's been wildly popular. That's nothing but good for Major League Soccer and nothing but good for RSL. And I'm sure that
I wish
they are,
RSL's two guys were there.
and I'm sure they're super bummed. I mean, that would have made it even better. But still lean into it, still make it a big deal. I saw the news come on after the World Cup. We kind of left it on, and they're broadcasting from RSL State America First Field down there. I mean, that's great. I hope RSL sees a huge boon in interest, and then it's up to them to capture it. But, I mean, this is really great for the sport in this country. It really is.
Shout out to my guy, Breck Bolton, over at our friends at Fox. But, yes, I'm totally with you. You know, we look back. I mean, we look at the NBA now or just basketball now. You can go back to 1992 and the Dream Team takes over the world and all these countries play against them. And it just lights a fire in so many different countries to have these players. And then about 10 years later, you start to see a couple of those kids who were 8 years old watching the Dream Team become really good basketball players. You know, Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker follows very closely behind. And now France is a superpower in basketball. I mean, they're not quite the USA, but they're not far behind because you don't need to have 500 great players. You don't need to have 1,000 great players. You probably need to have 5 great players and one of the 5 best in the world. That's exactly what France has, and they are in a really good spot to maybe win a gold medal as soon as the next Olympics. And then on the flip side, like Steve Nash wins 2 MVPs in, 05, 06, 06, 07, or whatever those years were. And Canada does have Shea and does have, 15 legitimately very good NBA players, and they can compete in the playoffs or in the finals, I should say, in the Olympics. They can make a real run. Similarly, for us with soccer, we're never going to have as many good soccer players as we have good football players or good basketball players. But can we get 25 really good soccer players and then actually be able to field a team that really competes here? Maybe that can come quicker than we thought. I'd love it.
Well, Freeman picked soccer. His father was an NFL player. Had had a strong kind of that upbringing, and he decided to pick soccer.
Love to see it. Yeah, I'd love to see the Nepo baby NBA player playing for the World Cup team in soccer.
As opposed to the Nepo baby playing
basketball, which is what the entire league's going to be.
So are you talking about Bronny James? You need Bronny James to...
Probably too late for Bronny, but maybe Bryce can still make the switch.
Switch over? Okay.
Fingers crossed.
I think it's a little bold, but,
I think Dennis Rodman's daughter is like the best female player.
Is that true?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, Trinity. She's the highest paid female player in the world.
Is she really?
Yeah, at least in the U.S. Oh, she rules. She was on the women's Olympic team. Yeah.
Well, Dennis was a good athlete.
Yeah, the worm. He's great.
Yeah, I mean, he was an underrated athlete. Okay, we've got top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. Just naturally started with soccer. That might be the first time ever that has happened.
Maybe messing, but yeah, you're right. We've been doing this for 6 years, and that's at most, that's the second.
There he is, Lionel.
Lionel.
By the way, I watched the Michael movie.
Uh-huh.
Really paints Joe Jackson in a bad light.
I bet you gotta, he was an easy villain to pick, yeah. Joe, he doesn't come off looking good, huh? I think they had a lot to work with in that department.
You said it's his camp that made the movie, right?
No,
No, Michael's camp.
Michael's camp.
Right,
Somebody's camp.
Yeah.
Somebody's camp.
Well, clearly,
has some control.
Yeah,
control.
They're saying they're going to make a sequel, right? I don't know
where it's only takes place over the next 12 months of his life.
All right, stay tuned.
Don't get too far.
More Jake and Ben, top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com coming up next. 97.5.
This got dark.
The KSL Sports Zone. It always does with you. Stop. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake, Scott, Ben, Anderson. Happy Thursday to one and all. We will not be on the air coming up tomorrow. We hope that most everybody isn't that kind of the thing? Most everybody has a day off tomorrow.
I think so.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody has a nice long weekend.
If you have the day off, salute. We're with you. If you don't, appreciate your hard work.
Are you gonna maximize your day off? Are you the guy when you get a day off and maybe you don't have? I don't think you're going anywhere, like a big trip planned or anything. Are you minimize your day off or maximize your day off? You know what I mean?
I've been running around a lot. I went to New York last week. We're going to Frisco next week for Big 12 Media Day, starting on Tuesday. Well, starting on Wednesday, but we're flying out Tuesday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's busy. I might try and enjoy a little bit of downtime.
A little. Do you have a lazy boy?
I don't, but I can be lazy anywhere.
I know, but I always envision like really being lazy in a lazy boy, and I've always wanted one, but I've never had one. It's like a weird dream of mine. I just want a lazy boy.
A little curious. We'll talk about it. Why didn't the NBA start the Summer League on the 3rd? Why didn't they start it on Friday?
I don't know.
Everyone's got the day off, right? You could start a couple of midday games, get some people watching. That kind of seems actually like a little bit
Is
of
that
a
an
missed
NBA
opportunity.
decision?
Might be the Jazz. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Probably someone arguing about ticket sales somewhere,
Yeah.
maximizing whatever.
Yep.
I don't know. I have no idea. All right, top three.
Might be hard to do Friday night, then Saturday afternoon because nobody wants to go out on Saturday night because it's the 4th of July. No one's
Right.
going to your game, and then you're waiting until Monday. That honestly might have been the simple answer.
Time for the top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. There's the momentum thing right there. You don't find that useful?
It just looks like a bunch of waves. Looks like somebody's recording audio.
Well, dial in, bro. Figure it
All right,
out.
okay.
It's not hard.
Analytics guy.
That's not even analytics. That's a helpful tool to help you understand what's transpired during the game.
You're measuring momentum?
Well, sports momentum and actual momentum.
Give me the
are-
Riz counter. Who's got the most Riz on the field right now? That's what I want to know.
Sports momentum and actual momentum, not the same thing, to your point.
Exactly right, yeah.
Top 3 stories at KSLSports.com brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, the Jazz trade away Walker Kessler yesterday. They bring in Jackson Hayes. Are they done? Are they going to make any more moves?
They've got to make more moves. Their roster's not filled yet, and they could use more help off the bench. Now, they conceivably already have enough players or more than enough players for a 10-man rotation. Like, if they go out and sign players, they're probably signing players who they expect to play, probably. It's going to eat up a lot of time. I mean, there's not a lot of spots, and there are a lot of players.
They got to sign at least one more center.
I would think.
Or trade for one. I mean, you look at somebody like Jared Allen. I mean, do the Cavs bring back LeBron, who gets squeezed in that situation? And it's not going to be Donovan Mitchell or James Harden. So does somebody become available because of some other circumstance?
That's certainly what the Jazz can wait for.
Is my point.
And I won't be surprised if the Jazz just wait to see if something along those lines happens. But yeah, the counter is if that was the case. Again, and I think there are a lot of Jazz fans are wondering, like, can you go trade for Miles Turner? It's like, I think if you could have, the Lakers probably would have done that instead of paid Walker Kessler $32 million and then given up 2 picks and then given up 2 swaps. If there was a better option out there for cheaper or an equal option out there for cheaper right now.
Right now.
But eventually the market will soften. It has to.
Well, it will change at very least.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys think LeBron is waiting till the 4th to make his announcement?
Gordon Hayward style?
I think he's going to wait longer.
Well, 250.
Yeah.
He's the news on the big day.
Really good. You know what? I
Look
think
at all these fireworks for me. This is great.
That would be a foolish move because as dominant of a media headline as LeBron James is, I don't think he's going to eclipse the 250. I don't know if that's possible.
Brown doesn't know that.
I think he's going to wait. I think he's going to wait it out. Like Aaron Rodgers style, wait it out, until camp's already started.
That's totally fair. I'm looking down right now at Basketball Reference, and I'm just looking at all of the salaries that they have. They will list all 450 players or whatever it is in their salaries. So the Jazz, in this Walker Kessler trade, and they don't have it yet. It's worth noting. This Walker Kessler trade is not done yet, but it will be. The Jazz should get back a trade exception worth $14, $15, $16 million, somewhere in that range, depending on how much Walker's first year starts at. It's half of what his first year starts at. And the Jazz could use that to just go to a team and say, hey, we know you want to unload this $15 million player. Here's your trade exception. Maybe the Jazz even throw in a second-round pick, to get something back. There just truly aren't a lot of, great options at that price range. There's just not a lot of names out there that make a ton of sense right now that are centers.
So if they can't make that trade, then they've got to sign one more, I think, because I don't know what they're getting at Jackson Hayes, and Nurk isn't a starting center anymore, so at very least you're going to have to do it by committee, and he probably ought to have one more body in the committee, I would say, whether it's Cousin Drew or my guy
Exactly right.
Andre Drummond
Doesn't
or
hurt.
somebody.
And then,
just another body for nothing.
And then you can unload one of them mid-season or they're expiring
Right.
or whatever. The truth is, again, we talked about this a little bit. The Jazz have a real flaw in what their salary cap looks like. They have two guys who make $45 million, and their next highest paid player is Darren Peterson, who's never been in the NBA, and he makes $13 million a year. Because you do still have to match salaries, and the Jazz don't have salary cap space, the Jazz need some mid-level contracts. It's actually going to be really hard to get an 18 or a 20 or a $25 million contract on this roster, but you're probably better off using that trade exception just to take a $15 million expiring deal from somebody, if you can get it, to potentially trade again within the season, just to have it on the books, just so you can potentially make another move. So if Jared Allen becomes available, if Miles Turner becomes available, it's just so much easier to get there because you can't pair players with traded player exceptions. You can't go and say, oh, well, John Konchar makes 6 and Svi Mikhailiuk makes 4, and then you get a $15 million trade exception that gets you to 25. You can't do that. But if you trade the $15 million trade exception for a $15 million contract, then you have to wait a certain amount of days. It's like 60 days or longer. But then you can aggregate contracts together. Like, don't be surprised if the Jazz just try to get a $15 million player back on an expiring deal that they could then trade midseason.
Makes sense to me.
You almost have to have it.
What's next?
Number 2, you mentioned earlier, Big 12 Media Days are next week. KSLSports.com put out their Big 12 rankings.
And
where did you vote, everyone, Christian?
Let's see. I put the T-Birds at number 1.
SUU. Fight. Texas Tech comes in at number 1, 9 first-place votes. BYU comes in number 2, the only other team to replace first-place votes, or to receive first-place votes. Surprising that Arizona comes in over Utah?
No, I think Arizona's going to be pretty good. I'm more surprised Texas Tech came in over BYU, or at least it wasn't more evenly split. And I realize that they have a quarterback that does have experience that trounced Utah last year, that it is coming back, but there's a question around that health. But they're replacing some incredible players on the defensive side. I mean, maybe it's the money, and we should just assume that Texas Tech is going to reload with great players every year. But have they earned that? Have they earned that benefit of the doubt?
I'm always skeptical of the idea that you can continue to retool through the transfer portal. Now, it's certainly possible. They did it last year, and they won as a result. And they didn't have a good quarterback last year either, and they still won. And now they hope that what's his name, Will Hammond, can step in and replace what Sorsby did. I am a little curious how the culture is. Now, the nice thing is Sorsby's not really there and isn't going to be a part of it, and those questions are going to largely be gone. But the expectation of having Sorsby to not having Sorsby, how do they adjust?
We get so lost on the quarterback. What about Bailey? They
absolutely.
had a top. What was Bailey in the draft? 2?
2. Yeah.
The second pick
He was a
in the
superstar.
draft.
He was a legit star. He was one of the best players in college football last year.
You know, a long time ago, I remember when the Utes lost Luther Ellis. You know, the next year, there wasn't another Luther Ellis. I mean, and maybe they're pretty good, but like second pick in the draft, good. And then that I'm forgetting the linebacker's last name. That was
Jacob
Rodriguez, who
Jacob
was
Rodriguez?
absolutely a
Second rounder. It was
absolutely
a baller.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't replace those kind of guys, but those guys were amazing.
No, you can't.
So
Here's the truth. You don't replace stars. That is the universal truth in all of sports.
So
No.
why are we assuming that they're automatically the number 1 team? And I don't know. Maybe I would have voted them number 1, but I would have given BYU more consideration just based on they do have a baller quarterback coming back.
Yes, they do. Who should be better?
Now, their defense is the question, too. So that's why maybe I would debate in my mind, too, because can our guy K-Pop keep things going up? Is it going to be golden? I don't know. That's a big question mark. I probably would have voted, to get to your original question, I probably would have voted Utah ahead of Arizona just based on I mean, they're bringing a lot back, too, including their quarterback and running back, and they were better last year. So I do think that Arizona...
Their quarterback, comma, and running back, or their quarterback and running back? It's the same guy.
Kind of, yeah. Well,
they're also bringing their
backup quarterback is also
their quarterback,
their
their quarterback, comma, and their running back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of those are coming back. And I like Kevin McGivern, so I'm actually expecting a better Utah offense. I know that sounds crazy, or at very least more balanced. And so, I don't know. I probably would have voted Utah ahead of Arizona. Houston also is another one of those teams that's going to be on the come. So
Should be a solid conference. And I think it's up in the air.
Who's voted last?
Iowa State.
Ooh, Matt
Checks out.
Campbell.
Well, they lost their whole team. Their whole team is in Penn Station.
State.
Yeah.
And
so
their coach.
That's definitely going to be rough for them. Our guy Neon Dion at 15. Yikes. Is everybody assuming that the Buffs are going to suck?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Is Zach Wilson their starting quarterback?
Isaac Wilson? Zach Wilson used to play for
That'd
the
be
Jets.
good. They could use Zach.
Zach's busy with the Saints right now, I think.
That's right.
But Isaac, I think it's going to be a quarterback camp kind of thing.
No, Julian Lewis, redshirt freshman.
All right, there you go.
Is that the steal?
That does look like it, unless it's an old one.
I had to go buy it.
Well, you were in an airport.
No, I bought it at Barnes & Noble the other day.
Oh,
Took last year off, and not that I necessarily missed it, but
You didn't grab that at the Hip and
helps
Humble?
for this. No, that wouldn't get my wife back together with me.
I
That wouldn't mend an affair fence.
I don't think, and maybe this is because we always, went on vacation to see my grandmother over the summer, but I don't think I've ever bought a college football magazine not at the airport.
Okay.
Because they all come out during the summer.
They do.
And I'm looking for something to do on the plane. And you go to that newsstand, and all of a sudden that, Street and Smiths or Phil Steele.
Athlon, yeah.
Jumping right off the
absolutely.
right off the thing at you. It's like, all right, I got to check that out.
Yeah.
But I always at the airport, never at the Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
Do they even have it at the store anymore?
The Grosh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't look at the magazine rack very often. Do they still have magazine racks at grocery stores?
That's what I'm saying.
I would imagine. Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Let's go. Let's take the 3 o'clock hour off.
All right, real quick. The Utes were at 4, Houston 5, Arizona State 6, TCU 7, Kansas State 8, Oklahoma State 9, and Baylor comes in at number 10. All right, what's next?
Number 3, Salt Lake City Summer League starts on Saturday.
Be nice if Micah Handlogged in out of nowhere was great. Jazz would love that if as a two-way center that they could sign. I'm sure they would be thrilled if that was the case. That probably is not going to be the case. But I'm really curious to see how they use Darren Peterson. Does he come out as a point guard right away? Do they try and make his life a little bit easier by starting him off the ball? They do have guys like Max Asmus, who's been playing with the Stars and has kind of run some offense in his life that can probably step in and do it if need be.
I would guess they let him do his thing. They want to, for one, I think they want to maybe put on a little bit of a show, debut their rookie, let him go out there and do it up. But two, you kind of want him to experience how hard it's going to be. I mean, that's something that Woj was saying the other day when we played his availability, where he was saying he needs to play against these pro players, the best players he's ever played against. Well, let him go out there and see what his game can do against this kind of competition. I'd like to see it.
Jazz also have Bez Mbang, who recorded a triple-double last year. If you forgot, who was it? He had a triple-double the same night as another player, and I couldn't remember who it was. The Jazz had 2 players get triple-doubles in the same game, and Bez Mbang was one of them. And I can't remember now for the life. I'll have to look it up.
Just another example of how stupid that stat has become.
Yeah, it's not a real number.
It's
a round number. There's 3 round numbers involved. That's kind of fun.
And it is so ridiculous that so many people focused on that triple double streak for so long.
John Conch.
It was Conch.
That's right.
Conch and Bez in the same night. Now that is a feat. Jazz haven't had a triple double in 20 years, and all of a sudden Conch comes out of nowhere and stops on that record.
But Bez Mbang can play point guard if need be. Hayden Gray can play point guard if need be. He's also a very good defensive player. He played that last game of the season. Max Asmus can play point guard. So they do have enough names out there to take Darren off the ball for stretches, because you remember Scottie Pippen Jr. Coming out and wanting to just make Keontae George's life miserable in Summer League. I think this was 2 years ago. It was on last year. Keontae didn't play. But some of these try-hard defensive guys, who some of them make the NBA as try-hard defensive guys, really want to ruin the life of someone like Darren Peterson. So maybe you don't burn him down right away by starting him if somebody else is maybe a little more equipped for it. But Darren and Ace should be the best player on this team. Best players.
By the way, the game tips off at 3 o'clock at the Huntsman Center, and the Jazz will be taking on the Hawks in their first game.
You know what? Try-hard defensive player? Kingston Flemings. Number 8 overall pick.
Wait, who's going to be coaching the Summer League for the Hawks? It's got to be a former Jazz guy. All of Captain Jack's staff are
there.
Are former Jazz guys.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up.
Why is the rum always gone?
And actually, you'll be able to watch that on Prime Video and ESPNU if you want to take it in. I don't know. I'm sure.
I haven't seen anything about K-Jazz.
Or Jazz Plus. Are they doing any of that?
I don't know.
Okay. Stay tuned. We'll get to more coming up next. Speaking of the Jazz, radio play-by-play voice of the Utah Jazz, David Locke, is going to join the show.
By the way, 2 former Jazz coaches, it sounds like,
at the top of the 3 o'clock hour.
Antonio Lang and Sanjay Lumpkin.
Okay.
2 former Jazz guys.
Yeah, Quinn really did just take all his guys to Atlanta.
Everything.
Yep. Stay tuned. More next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Not only do these guys give you the best Jazz coverage in the market, they've got you covered with the Mammoth, the Cougars, the Utes, and the Aggies. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. We're going to play a little sound here. Tim Hardaway Jr., Ben, who strangely has been in the league forever. He's like 34.
He was on that Trey Burke Michigan team. Remember, it was Tim Hardaway Jr., it was Trey Burke, it was McConnell. Can't remember the guy's name. Mitch McGarry. Not Mitch McConnell. That's a different person. Mitch McGarry, I think was his name.
That sounds right.
And they had one other junior, one other guy who was an NBA player's kid, I believe. There was 2 Nepo babies on the team. And of all of them, Tim Hardaway Jr. is still kicking.
Still in the league.
Yeah.
Hey, shoot and guard, you're going to have a nice career. Yep. And not be a malcontent, you're going to be around for a while. So signing with Miami, people were kind of thinking, well, is the number 10 for his old man going to come down out of the rafters? And Tim Hardaway Sr. Says, I don't think so.
And Tim, I'm not saying do it for some kid out of Wyoming or Kentucky, but you gotta let your namesake wear 10, bro. Like I heard you say you never gonna do it. Let him wear 10, man. That would be so beautiful.
That would be, but I'm not.
Why not?
You love your kids unconditionally, and my legacy is my legacy, and he's doing it his way. Even though he likes to wear 10, he loves to wear 10, but that is not coming down from the rafters. And I can't, that's tough to do. That is tough to do. And when it's up there, you want it to stay up there, and you don't want nobody to touch it. And, I love him. I love him to death. I'm happy for him. Now he's going to, his hometown team. I never done that. And so I'm happy that he's doing it. But no, he can't even wear number 10.
Is there anything he could give you? Like if you had these demands or you wanted something that maybe he's never got you as a gift, is there anything he could do for you to say, yeah, you know what, son, you could have 10?
No.
Did he has he asked you? Has that been a conversation that you've had with him, or he just knows? He just knows.
I'm going to tell you this. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we was trying to get to Miami, and it never and they wanted him, but it never happened because of just reasons, trade reasons, and all that type of stuff. But it never happened. But they tried, we tried, and he asked me that. I said, let me think about it. And I thought about it. Man, my wife was like, no. No, I'm sorry, but I was like, no, we thought about it for 24 hours, and we like, no.
Tim Hardaway Sr.'s a hater.
Dude, I have so much respect for that. Absolutely. In fact, if I were Tim Hardaway Jr., I wouldn't want it.
He did. Well, I went back, so I found the Trey Burke roster. By the way, Glenn Robinson III was the other guy on that team. Nick Stauskas was on. That team was loaded. No wonder they made the Final Four. Had nothing to do with Trey Burke. That team was great. Karis LeVert was even on that team. Neither here nor there. Tim Hardaway Jr., being a little too... it's your kids. Now, yes, if you wanted to go back and say, hey, Tim Hardaway Jr., not Tim Hardaway Sr., Tim Hardaway Jr., pick a different number in college because he's wearing number 10 on that Michigan team as well. He's had it his whole life. Yeah, pick a different number so you're not just following your dad's footsteps.
You just can't have it in Miami. He can wear it all he wants. You just can't have it in Miami. And by the way, isn't this the anti-Bronny? It's like, no, it's his own thing.
You got to earn it. You got to earn your own thing.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. has not been the equal to his old man in the NBA.
No,
but you know
not.
what? He has stuck around forever, and he's played on some good teams, and he's played some good basketball, and he's probably earned his own fortune, which I can respect.
I hate a game that my wife plays with me, which she makes me guess how many Instagram followers certain people have. I hate it, but I am going to make you play this game with me.
No.
How much money do you think Tim Hardaway Sr. made in his career? You have some reference of guys played.
I bet Tim Jr. made more, to fast forward to the end. But let me guess.
Let's play a different game.
Okay.
How much more money do you think Tim Hardaway Jr. has made than Tim Hardaway Sr.?
It's probably significant. Probably like $20 million, maybe more.
Christian, you have a guess? How much more Tim Hardaway Jr. has made? What was Tim Hardaway Sr., like 4 or 5-time All-Star?
What year did he stop playing? What was his last year?
Tim Hardaway Sr. last played in the year 2003.
Okay, we might be talking closer to 50.
$120 million more than
wow, no way.
Tim Hardaway Jr., still in the league, has made $160 million.
Man.
Tim Hardaway Sr. made $46 million.
I would never have guessed that Tim Hardaway Jr. would have made that much
Same.
money.
Yeah. Well, he might have gotten one of those weird big paydays in the jump years.
When he was in Dallas,
where
maybe.
he went from where'd he go, New York to Atlanta? I'll have to look at what his actual salaries were.
No, he started in Denver.
Is that where he started?
Yeah.
I'll have to look at all of his jumps because he had some weird.
He's played for 5 teams. I heard somebody talking about it earlier today. Dallas and Golden State are another. This is his 5th team, Miami, and there's one more there in the middle. But nonetheless, I'm shocked that dude's made $160
million.
Yeah,
These guys eat
good on
well.
you.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, you know what? If your dad doesn't want to give you number 10, you've made 3 times as much money as he has. That's totally fine with me.
Well, obviously, this is all his old man has. Let the old man have something.
When his dad comes calling for money because he goes broke later in his life, I'm cutting dad off. Sorry, Dad. Thought you needed to make your own legacy. He went from $2.2 million with the Hawks. He signed a huge deal with the Knicks where he got paid $16.5 million and then jumped to the Mavericks the next year. I don't know exactly what happened there. I don't remember. They traded him or what. But was he in the? I'm trying to think. He wasn't in the Trae Young trade? Trae Young, Austin, or Luka Doncic trade? He was not. Anyways, they just did a big multi-team trade.
And then anytime Tim Hardaway Sr. is in the news, we've got to play my awkward moment with Eric Pincus because I thought this was a really funny joke about the Clippers signing so many old players last year, and this is what I got. Christian and I have a pool going on who the Clippers' next signing would be, and I said Tim Hardaway Sr. Sorry, I had to get that joke in. Dude, a courtesy laugh me or something.
At least play along. The thing is,
nothing.
Yeah, the Golden State Warriors are talking about signing LeBron James and being the oldest team in the world to the point where everyone's calling them the Olden State Warriors, the Golden Age Warriors. Give you a note.
Yeah, whatever, Pincus. All right, David Locke's next. Stay tuned. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.